You are listening to Oh My Health, There Is Hope podcast.
When your heart is aching and your world is shaking, don't give up. No, don't give up.
Hello and welcome to Oh My Health, There Is Hope, the podcast. I'm your host, Jana, and today I'm here with a very special guest that I'm super excited to talk to, Nate Zeleznick. I hope I'm saying that right, Nate. I've been practicing it with you, but it's a beautiful Russian name and the pronunciation, when done correctly, sounds amazing. But Nate is a serial entrepreneur who has owned one of the most successful martial arts and meditation academies in Utah for more than 2 decades. He and his younger brother, Mike, embarked on a grueling 20-year journey to learn the secret techniques of the ancient martial arts so that they could teach ordinary people how to be superhuman. And now they are making this available to millions. And I just cannot wait to dive into that because what you were telling me was super exciting. But before we do, Nate, welcome.
Jana, thank you so much. And it's an honor to be here. I'm so excited for this episode. I have so much amazing things to share with the world. And I'm just blessed to be here with you and your audience.
Well, I'm really excited, but before we dive into all this juiciness that you're doing now, we ask all of our guests to share a story of hope. I believe that our journeys are literally given to us for a reason. When we share them with others, they're like heartbeats that go out in the world and help create change. So do you want to share your story with us today?
I would love to. Well, my story began, well, not my full story, but the story as far as the story of hope began in 1998, where for a long time I'd been a martial artist. And, when I was a teenager, I started having out-of-body experiences spontaneously. And so that introduced me to a world of spiritualism and expanded consciousness that I didn't know what to do with. But as I got older and I studied more and I became more proficient at those, an entire new universe opened up to me. But the way I got involved with VibraVision was a synchrodestiny. We have synchronicities in our life, but we have sometimes things happen that just change our whole life. So I call it a synchrodestiny. And that happened in 1998, where I ordered a course out of Black Belt magazine that guaranteed me inner power in 2 weeks. So I got my money back. And of course, nobody is going to build that much inner power in 2 weeks, or so I thought. But it came with a VHS tape that had Indonesian martial arts on there. And I had been involved in martial arts for a long time. And my co-founder, my business partner, my younger brother, Mike, he already had black belts in numerous arts. But we had never seen anything like what was on this tape, which showed people who were blindfolded doing the most amazing things, like driving cars and riding motorcycles through traffic, and showing blind people being able to read, like print that people had written on a board or off a piece of paper, and even military people who were able to shoot targets blindfolded with hoods on. I mean, they were shooting things out of people's hands, and we were really skeptical when we saw it. But of course, we always wanted to be ninjas and Jedis, like ninjedis, our whole life. And when we saw it, it gave us something inside just said, this is amazing. I wonder if this stuff's real. But the synchrodestiny happened the next day when I watched I was on my way to work and I stopped in front of the Utah Schools for the Deaf and Blind, which is one of the largest deaf and blind schools in the country. And there was a woman with her guide dog, and long story short, there was a situation where her dog led her across the street, but before she got across the street, it actually led her face first into a light pole, which could have been fatal. So I'm watching this the day after I saw these amazing blindfolded and blind people doing these things on this tape, and it hit me like a lightning bolt that I wanted to do whatever it took to help her have that lady be able to do what I saw on this videotape. And so that's how it really started. And I was able to sponsor the very first demonstration of VibraVision, which comes from a martial art called Merpati Putih, which nobody here's ever heard of, but it's massive in Indonesia and Southeast Asia. But it's called Merpati Putih, which means white dove. So it's a martial art dedicated to peace and justice for humanity. And it is truly a humanitarian, even though it's a martial art, it's a humanitarian art. And fast forward 23 years, here we are able to spread this light with the blessings of the Indonesian royal family of Java, where this art comes from, as the first ever non-Indonesians allowed to learn it. And now we're spreading this art in a way that Westerners can understand and get amazing results. And we're proving it to neuroscience and to medicine and to blind people and to physics. And it's just really amazing what is happening now at this dawn of a new energetic and spiritual renaissance that we're in for all of humanity.
So I feel like I know so much and yet so little about all the beautiful things that we can tap into on this universe of ours. I've never heard of VibraVision. How would you explain it to someone who's never heard about it? Like, I understand vibrations and frequencies and your energy and, using your breath to like elevate you to that next level. And like, people think, when I first learned about breath work, it was 11 years ago. And I remember a breath coach told me you need to learn to breathe correctly because you're not breathing correctly. And I'm like, I've been breathing since I was born. Like, my body just instinctively did that. How could I not be breathing correctly? And I wasn't. It changed my life.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about what VibraVision is?
Sure. Well, and to your point, as far as breathing correctly, over 200 different health conditions have been attributed to incorrect and improper breathing. 200 different health maladies. So that teaches us and shows us that humans we're like the only species on the planet that does not have a proper standardized way of breathing to keep us healthy. Some people breathe shallow, some people breathe deep, some are in the intercostals up here, and other people are, they're up in the clavicular range or they're diaphragmatic. But breath is so important. We actually have a breath awareness mastery course online for people to go and learn how to breathe better. But the thing that makes VibraVision so different is it is a breathwork technology unlike any that is available in the world. You'd think you'd seen everything under the sun until you actually discover something new and go, whoa. And we have so many breathwork practitioners and yogis and the people that have, let's put it this way, this isn't their first rodeo. And every single person who steps in through our doors to learn this just goes, this is the next level. There's nothing like this. But why? What makes this different? Well, we're really going to be focusing when people come to, say, one of our immersions in 5 days, they're going to learn a couple different things. The first thing is how they're going to learn how to build and store and flow and then project their personal energy, their chi. Now, chi is a very, we'll say, a vaporous comment, because it really is. It's in the ether, right? And a lot of people talk about it, but not many people are actually able to feel it. And if they do, it takes a long time to build that up. But what if you could do it in a matter of just minutes and actually go, oh my gosh, I can feel this energy that is me. It's not just around me. It's not just through me. It's what makes me up, because everything's energy. And to quote Dr. Joe Dispenza, everything is energy. All energy has a frequency, and all frequency carries information. Well, we're just information. That's what this is. That's what everything is a form of information through vibration. What we teach people how to do is then tune into their body and their energetic field so that they can develop awareness outside of our normal 5 senses and to catch the vibrations of the things around us and turn those into a usable signal that we can then interpret. And we access higher brain functions, where one of our dear friend of mine is one of the most renowned neuroscientists in the world, who has done over 4,000 brain scans on people. And I asked him, how fast does the conscious mind operate? And he says, about 40 to 50 bits per second. That's it. That's how many. We think about 40 things per second is all our conscious mind can do. And then I asked him, how fast does our subconscious mind go? And he said, 40 billion bits per second. And I'm going, okay, so we're getting 1 billionth the information that is actually coming in, and we're actually using that. So what if we could tap in and train our mind and our neurology how to interpret more of these signals and use them and interpret them to it? Wouldn't it seem superhuman? Absolutely. But it's not really superhuman. It's, I should say, more usefully human. So once we do that, and we're able to tap into more of our energetic field to use these signals, then we're going to align and connect with our body, mind, and spirit energies to raise our consciousness, because consciousness is a frequency as well. So if you have all these wonderful skills, but you're not actually raising the consciousness of your being, well, you're not having the fullest potential realized. And this is a really important thing for a lot of people that comes quickly with VibraVision and what we do, is it really optimizes our bioenergetics and our entire body, our whole physiology for optimal health and vitality. So if we have people, whether they're coming to us for mental or emotional, physical, energetic reasons, this is like, my brother equates it to Pepto-Bismol for life. Because if you have a stomach ache, got you covered. If you got whatever it is, you got these 10 different things, it's going to cover all of these things and more. And truly, there's nothing else like it in the world. And we're just blessed and honored that we get to share this with people, because this has been a closely guarded secret within the Indonesian royal family of Java for 500 years. And until 1998, they had never let a Westerner or non-Indonesian ever learn this until me. And it was all so that we could help blind people be able to see using vibrational understanding, which is why I actually got started, is to help that lady. But then realized, wow, aren't we all blind?
I was just thinking the same thing. We are all blind. Like, we feel like we have the whole picture, but we do not. We have maybe, like you said, 40%, if that.
Yeah.
Like, I love that you are talking about this, but I want to know, like, people are probably thinking, well, what do I need that for? How is that going to enhance my life, right? For a blind person, maybe for somebody struggling with an illness or mental health issues. By the way, for mental health issues, what this can do for you for depression or anxiety, it's so powerful. So just to put a little tip on what I can do with breathing over the last 11 years is I can't take any types of narcotics. I'm allergic to them. So for a while, people who know me knew I had a surgery every 3 months. I was having a surgery for over 2 years. And what I had to do to get rid of pain was breathing techniques and using that power in my brain. And my doctors were blown away. And I literally got it under control. The only time I couldn't get it under control is if there was multiple areas. And I could not harness that power yet. I always say yet, because I know I could, of focusing on multiple areas of pain relief over like the one area of pain relief. But I know it's possible, because they didn't think that I can manage pain with my breathing and my mind. And I did. So I know it's possible to do multiple areas.
Exactly. Yeah. And that is one of the, I would say, drawbacks of the allopathic profession, is they are very locked into boxes. And so, you know, I've heard this said, because I've had numerous friends that have recovered from cancer naturally, or they have learned how to walk after they were wheelchair bound. And it's always important to believe the diagnosis, but not the prognosis. Right. And so, congratulations, by the way, on learning how to control your pain reaction and your reactivity that way. That's a wonderful thing. We all have that ability. I've done that many, many times as well. And so how is this useful? You know, to being able to see without your eyes, yes, it's very neat, especially if you're blind. There's nothing could be better than that, right? But when we think about this, we are an energetic information gathering system. So with what we teach, it's even in the first couple days of our 5-day workshop, which used to take between 10 to 20 years to learn these things. Now we just give them to people right away so they can use them immediately. First of all, your chakras, all of them become open, they become aligned, and that way you can consistently embody inner peace and inner knowing, and really this inner guidance, and manifest things in your life faster. So this is kind of like the martial art of manifestation. Although we don't kick and punch. This is not that aspect of the Merpati Putih. VibraVision is its own thing. We help people to really decalcify and unlock their pineal gland quickly. I mean, it's like it blasts that right open for most people. And so you get a stronger connection to your higher self, your inner knowing. A lot of people do report downloads of truth and alignment, and there's all kinds of things. This is non-denominational, so we don't have a real belief system that we encourage people to adhere to, which is different than Indonesia. That was one of the things that took us a long time to help to do with this, is to take the dogma and separate that wheat from the chaff so that we could use it for all humans, not just people who had grown up seeing people riding around blindfolded and doing Jedi powers, if you will, as their normal day-to-day life as kids, and having no barriers there. We in the Western world have some barriers. So that's why we give people, I'll put it this way, belief is a poor substitute for knowledge. We give people that ability to have that as a knowing. And then finally, people get a comprehensive health system that helps them gather unlimited energy at will. And if you have more energy, you're going to be able to pursue your passions. You're going to be able to do more. You're going to be able to contribute more. You're going to be a better human being on the planet and have more of the things that you want come to fruition. So whether it's your mental energy or your physical energy or your spiritual energy, it's up to you how you want to use this. Like I said, Pepto-Bismol for life. For people with depression, anxiety, with PTSD, well, the CDC on their website, they say that 90% or more of all diseases are caused by stress. 90%. So if that's the case, and our mind through stress and cortisol production and the other stress hormones can make us sick, it also stands to reason that it could help us become well again if we were able to use the feel good and the healing hormones, because we're producing thousands of hormones every single second, every time we have a thought, right? That our body's doing all these things on autopilot. That's part of the 40 billion bits per second. So as we get to be more and more centered and more energized, and we start to expand our awareness of what truly is and what is capable for us, it's like this amazing window we didn't know was even blacked out. We start to clear it off and we start to see more things in our life. And I'm not going to say that with VibraVision, all things in the universe will be revealed to you on your first. No, everybody is different. We're all here for our own path, and we're here for our own growth and learning and development as soul. That said, so many people spend their life as a human doing, not as a human being. And sometimes what we really need to do is get in order to perceive more outside of us, we need to go deeper within ourselves.
I love everything you said. I hope that for everyone who's listening to the show right now, you understand that everyone, I don't care where you're at in your journey on this beautiful planet, but if you can enhance, like I started changing my life in my 50s, and I wish that I had woke up and had my aha moment sooner, but I didn't. So I'm super grateful that I actually had it and moved into it. But for people who are listening right now, Nate, that they're listening to this podcast and they're thinking, how's that going to help me? How hard is it? If I go onto their website, what is that experience like?
Yeah.
Is it something I can maneuver on my own? Because this podcast goes out internationally to thousands of people, and you can't contact the thousands and thousands of people. But if I go on the website, can I make that change for myself now?
Without
Is it if I do the right proper work and I focus on it, and can I do that on my own?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So we do not teach the VibraVision skill itself other than in person. However, like I said, Merpati Putih is a martial art, but it's also an energy art, meditation art, and a multisensory or extrasensory art, which is the VibraVision part. But for the people who really want to be able to have that energy on demand, who want to strengthen their immune system, their respiratory system in a totally unique way, and basically, if you want to feel awesome all the time at will, we do have a couple different online programs that people can go to our website at VibraVision.academy, and we have our breath awareness mastery program. And at VibraVision.academy, you can get the breath awareness mastery, which talks a lot about proper breathing and how to heal ourselves with breath. But then we have our VibraVision energy expansion program. And these exercises, this breath work is unlike anything else you will ever find. And it is the standard training for every branch of the Indonesian military, for health and for vitality, for strength, for immunity. It's also in every person who does the Merpati Putih martial arts, meaning over 1 million people. They do this every single day, and they use it in senior centers for wellness. It is truly the fountain of energy. And people can go get that right now. And that's something that no one else in the world, even though there are thousands of Merpati Putih schools in Indonesia, they still don't train non-Indonesians. So there's nothing online for people to go and learn how to do this other than through our website. And we're so honored we can help people, especially in the COVID era, where we have so much going on with our lungs and so many stressors and so many programs coming at us saying, be afraid, release more cortisol, get sick. Well, this gives you 5 to 15 minutes a day for you to really recenter, rebalance your energy, strengthen every system in your body, and go about your day in a totally different state of mind and a state of physical health. So VibraVision.academy is where people can go right now. But if they go to VibraVision.com, you can find out about our immersion programs where you want to talk about a deep dive. We're talking energy-wise. This is the deep end of the pool with your hands behind your back. You're going in as deep as you will ever find in any work, anywhere. And we've had so many energy masters come and just be like, their head explodes. Like, this is, there's nothing like this. And we're so blessed that we get to share this with people who make this journey to Utah. In case people are, wanting us to come to them, 2022 is the year we're actually starting to do that as well. So you can go ahead, just reach out to us, and we'll have one of our amazing admissions specialists. Definitely, we'll go throughout everything, what we can do to bring this to you and your community, or have you come to us, or you could just go online and get it right now.
So I'm going to put all of the links so that you guys can find VibraVision and Nate and connect with them quickly. Here's the thing, you have to walk before you run, right?
Yes.
So I love that you offer all those other programs that we can start on our own and start getting there. This has been an 11-year journey for me. It wasn't an overnight thing. And there's a book, I don't know if you've ever read, The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, but it talks about creating massive things with one little step, right? One, like if you wanted to read books and you're like, I have so many books, how do I read them all? 15 minutes a day. And that's 365 days a year. And you start adding that all up and think about how much information you're feeding your brain. Yeah. And so if you take the breathing course and learn, and then you move to the next level, and then maybe you're ready to go to that mastery program in Utah, or have a group of people who've done this journey with you, do it in wherever you're going out to now. Like, it's an amazing journey to start taking that one step. And I'm telling you, everyone should learn how to breathe correctly. Like, it will change your life, getting oxygen to the blood cells, to your brain, and you like function better. People get out of bed and they like start running. They forget to take that moment to start breathing correctly and setting that intention for their day. Like, it has changed my world. And I'm that foo-foo-y girl. Chakras, what the heck? I can't see them. They're not real. Right. My daughter, who's a doctor of natural medicine, she did her thesis on chakras. And I realized that's a real thing. But it took me a while to believe in all of this hoo-hoo-y stuff. But I'm telling you, it was given to us as a gift, and we're not taking advantage of it. And so how they're going to go to VibraVision.com. And what was the other website?
It's VibraVision.academy.
Academy.
Yeah, that's where people can learn online.
Perfect.
Yep. And invest in that.
Well, you have been amazing. I've learned so much. Like, I want to go check it out. So I feel like I can always up my ante when it comes to breath work. And it does connect you to certain areas of your brain. Like, it wakes it up. It's like, hello, wake up. So I love that you do that. Yeah. Thank you so much for being on the show, Nate. I know we've waited a long time to have you on here, and I am super excited. You guys go check out his website and visit I just recommend all of you at least take the breath course, because that will open up so many doors for you, like in your body and in your awareness. So thank you so much, Nate.
Thank you, Jana. It's a pleasure to be here. And to everybody who's out there, much love to all of you, and in health. Hopefully we'll see you soon.
Thanks for listening to the Oh My Health, There Is Hope podcast. Make sure to visit Jana's website, bestholisticlife.com, where you can subscribe to the show on iTunes, Google Play, or listen there, so you'll never miss an episode. While you're at it, if you found value in the show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes, or if you simply tell a friend about the show, that'll help too. Let's change the world together, one health expert at a time. Looking forward to seeing you next time.